Good morning, 7th grade ELT. So for today, you're starting with integers. So just remembering your rules for adding and subtracting. You can think about money. Positives is what you have, negatives is what you owe. So I have $5, I owe $1. Oh, I come up with $4. This would be I have $3, but I owe $4, or I'm spending $4. Oh no. That would mean I would owe $1, or I'd be $1 in debt. Remember, when you see minus a negative, that you turn it into a plus sign. So it'd be -3 plus 4. I owe $3, I have 4. Positive 1. So you keep going with that. Remember, when you see product or quotient, product means multiply. Quotient means divide. So remember, you can use this to help you. If I have two negatives, you cover them up, my answer is positive. If I have a positive and a negative, my answer is negative. The last thing you're going to do is identifying number sets. So I went over this with you yesterday, but just make sure we have the real number system in math, and then numbers are either rational or irrational. You just learned about a very famous irrational number in Miss Hood's class, which would be the irrational number pi. So if the number is rational, it could also be an integer or a whole number. Whole numbers can only be positive, and they cannot be fractions or decimals. Integers can be positive or negative, but they still cannot be fractions or decimals. Rationals, they can be positive or negative. They can be fractions and decimals, but the decimals either have to repeat or end. So when I look at number 31, oh, this is a fraction. So I know that this is definitely rational. And we would just have to check and divide and make sure that this isn't a whole number in disguise. So 2 goes into 19 9 times. 2 times 9 is 18. Subtracting, get 1. I would get 9 and a half. So 9 and a half is not whole, so it's just rational. Number 33, though, if I do 6 divided by 2, I would get a -3. Oh, so this actually turned into a negative without a fraction or decimal. That would be an integer. And if it's an integer, we also know it's rational. So you would have to write both. So that's just a little intro with classifying real numbers. Please work hard and finish your packet. See you next week.